everyone, my name is Tarisha Sabina Herlambang from 12th Natural Science 1 State High School 1 Jambi City. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys on how to make a simple video game, a step-by-step guide and a tutorial on how to do it. So the kind of game I'm going to be making is called Flappy Bird. What is a Flappy Bird? This game was popular in 2012 if I'm not wrong, and I will just show you guys the gameplay right over here. Check it out. Okay, after you guys have watched the video, I think you guys might think that the system on how the gameplay works is the bird is moving and it needs to go over a pipe, right? But is that how it actually goes? In game making, no, it is an illusion. So here's what actually happens. The bird will not be moving. The bird will just try to go down, and then when the screen gets tapped, it will have a force upwards. So when we tap it, the bird will try to go up, and the pipes will just be moving. So the pipes will be the one who's moving, right, like this, and it will be spawned from here. So it's just the screen, right? The square is the screen. So this is just an illusion. So the pipes are actually the one that's moving like this to make an illusion. So we just tap it and this is will be automatically go with some script that we're going to make. Okay, so now it's for the preparation. We're gonna need a laptop or PC with decent specification and internet connection. The second one is to download and install the Unity game engine. Next, prepare the assets or sprite. The assets consist of bird and pipes. So you guys need to draw or maybe download an image from Google of bird and pipes. And here's how to do it. So first, you're gonna need to open up Google Chrome or any other browsers, an internet browser, and then you're gonna search it up for Unity Hub, and then you're gonna click on the first one, Unity Hub from unity.com. Click on it, and you're gonna need to download it. You guys have to be in Unity and download it. Download for Windows. Click on it. Okay, after you click on it, you're gonna click save, and then right there you have Unity Hub set up. But since I already downloaded, then just install it. Okay, gonna open it, and here's what you're gonna need to do. You're gonna click on agree and install, and just follow the installation procedure. Okay, so after you have installed it, you can just open up the Unity Hub. Since I already installed it beforehand, I will just open up Unity Hub. And right here, Unity Hub. And let's create a new project. I'm going to create a 2D project. We have two options, 2D and 2D URP. I'm going to call it, project name is Flappy Bird. Okay? I'm going to call it Flappy Bird, and then just create project. So the difference between 2D URP and 2D is URP has more support to Android support, Windows support, Apple support, but for the normal 2D is only for HTML5 and web games. So yeah, I mean it's not supporting low-end specification like Android. Okay, now we're gonna open the project. It will load a little bit. First thing is, in every game in this world, we're gonna need to import the assets. So we already prepared two assets, right? Bird and the pipes. Okay, so we're gonna drag and drop the pipes and drag and drop the bird, and then we're gonna put it in this scene. So we're gonna put the pipe on the scene and then the bird on the scene. We can scale it to resize it. So if you want to resize the size of the image, you're gonna scale it, and you can do it later too. So you can adjust it every time. Okay, so here we go. And so we need to something called rigid body 2D on the bird. So in this word we have something called physics. So we need rigid body 2D to add physics property into the bird, and then box collider 2D we added to make the bird have collisions. Okay, so now the bird has the has two properties. The first one is box collider 2D, and the second one is the rigid body 2D. Both are used to make the bird have physics properties. And see, now we can see that if we click it, the bird now have gravity. So that indicates that the rigid body 2D is working. Okay, now we create the player movement script by going to new component and then go create player movement script, and then the script will be on the projects. Right click, open it. Okay, so here's what it looks like. It will open the Visual Studio Code and it will create a class called player movement, and we're gonna first initiate the rigid body 2D RB as RB, and we're gonna create a public variable called jump force. So it can have a force upward. So we create to have the movement. So I have already made the code here, so we can see. And then when the program starts, it's gonna go into RB equal to get component rigid body 2D, and then so void update is run every frame. So every frame, when we click on get mouse button down, it means then left click, the left mouse button, or tap on the font, it will change the x-axis direction, y-axis direction into a force, upward force. So we can set the public variable, so it's gonna have player movement on the script, and you can change the force. See, jump force is, we can set equal to 15, and then we can change the gravity is the downward force, so the jump force is the upward force. So we can change it in the inspector. So inspector, if we have a public variable that we create, or the built-in variable, we can change it in inspector, and we can now we can just run it. Okay, and we see that when we click the left mouse button, it will moves up, and now we can just change it the force and adjust it later. Okay, I'm gonna change it there into like 13, I guess, or 10. Yeah, can just run it again. Here we go. You can see it will looks more stable. Okay, now the player movement is done. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do something to the pipe. So in Flappy Bird there are two pipes. So we have the up, the one on top and the one on the bottom. So we're gonna we're gonna duplicate it by Control D, and then we're gonna rotate the one on the top to be like this. Okay, so after we duplicate it, we're gonna create a new empty object called pipe. So it will be the parent of the both pipes. So it's like the parent of the pipes game object, and we're gonna adjust the position into the middle. Okay, it might not be that accurate because I really suck at making it precision. So making it as precise as possible, it's really hard. So yeah, we can just adjust it a little bit by using all the scales. Okay, and here we go. Okay, after we have adjusted the position of the pipes, what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on both the pipes as an individual object. So, and then we're gonna put the both pipes into one place inside the pipe. So the pipes empty game object will be the parents of the both two pipe objects. So the two pipes object will be the children of the pipes empty game object. So here we go, we're gonna put it inside it, right, like that. Okay, and then in the pipes properties we can just adjust the y-axis and then the y-axis, right? So in Flappy Bird the y-axis will be different, so the hole can be here or here or here. So we're gonna create like the maximum and the minimum of the object. So we're gonna take notes of the maximum of the y-axis and the minimum of the x-axis. So we're gonna go into Notepad and take a note real quick. Okay, what's the max coordinate and what's the minimum coordinate of the pipes. So we can just look at it. That is the max coordinate. So when the hole is on that top, it will be 1.75, and then you can adjust it to be the minimum. It will be minus 2.56. We're gonna take notes because this will be really crucial and important for the later codes. So after this we're gonna put some script. Okay, wait a minute, we've taken notes of it. So now we're gonna create the script to randomize the location of the y-axis of the pipes. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into add component. We're gonna add component on the pipes empty object, and we're gonna create a script. We're gonna call it pipe script. Okay, pipe script. Okay, so create an add, and then once the pipe script is already created, we can just code it again to randomize the pipe location. Okay, gonna click it. Okay, so here's the code. I'm gonna explain it. So we create a random value on a variable called random value, and the random value will have the random range of the minimum and the maximum. So the minimum is minus 2.56 f means float, it means decimal places, and then the maximum will be 1.75 f. So we're gonna randomize the y-axis there. So you can see transition position, new factor, choose transition position, x random value. But here we go. But once we click there, we're gonna create an error right there. But the error is that I forgot to that the random on the random.range needs to be capital. So the R needs to be capital because C# is a program that we use here, is a case sensitive programming language. Okay, so next we're gonna reload and save the code, and we're gonna play the game and see if about the location of the pipes. It won't be in the minimum again, like in the scene right there. Okay, yeah, it's not that different maybe, but if we just spawn many blocks, it will look like it is randomized. Okay, but there's only one pipe and the pipe's not moving. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna create we're gonna make the pipe to be moving. So as we know that in earlier scene that I said that we need to move the pipe, so we're gonna go into pipe script again, and then just write this code, it's only one line. Is transform position, factor to move towards one position, factor left, times 100 times real time, times 5. So factor to left, it means that the position will be moving to the left by 100. So it will be moving to the left. Therefore, it looks like an illusion. Okay, let's see, gonna reload the scene here and save it. And see that the pipe is already moving right now. See, and it looks like the bird is the one that moving though. Okay, next is we're gonna go into spawner. We're gonna create a spawner. So we see that the pipe is only one, and Flappy Bird is not a short game. We need to create more pipes, right? Because it is important to do it. Okay. So to do it is we really need to create an empty game object, and after we create an empty game object, we're gonna call it spawner right there, and after we made it as a spawner, it's still an empty game object, and we're gonna put the spawner into the right side of the scene because we're gonna need it out of the frame and direction from where the pipes gonna came. So we're gonna create a script here, add component, and click, and we're gonna create spawn script. So this is gonna spawn the pipes later. Okay, so we're gonna use the timer mechanism here. So we're gonna create this variable called for time and then timer. So timer is it's like every time is the time that every pipes gonna spawn. So right, if the timer is 1, then every 1 second that the pipes gonna spawn more, right? So the essential pipes position goes into the time timer. See, if the time is equal to 0, then it's gonna instantiate the pipe, the position of the pipe, and it's gonna spawn. It's gonna change it, and else then the time's gonna reduce. So here we're gonna go. The next thing is we're gonna drag and drop the pipes object into the pipe here on the spawn script. We need to do it because the ones we're gonna spawn is the pipe object, right? If you guys remember. Okay, next we're gonna try to play it and see if the pipes will be many more, and it's gonna be spawning more and more, right? So gonna wait a little bit, and you're gonna see the pipe is spawning. So see, it's in every 1 second the pipes are gonna spawn. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the birds were too big, so I'm gonna reduce the scale. So look at this. Okay, now we play it, and you see that we cannot die here even if we touch it, right? So now we need to create a game over system. So we're gonna destroy the bird where it hits the pipe, so we can lose here. So beforehand we cannot lose in this game. The bird gonna just move, and the pipes will just keep spawn. So now what we need to do is we're gonna create a tag named pipe. So we're gonna create a tag for the pipes as a pipe. So we're gonna name it. We're gonna give a tag, right? Do that one. Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna put the tag into both the upper pipe and the one on the bottom. So we're gonna pipe and pipe, right? So I can make sure. Okay, so the next thing is we need to have a collider. So the collider can detect that whether the bird already click on the object, already hit the object. So when the bird hits, it's gonna collide. So we're gonna go into Polygon Collider 2D and apply it to both the pipes, okay? And then you're gonna gonna go into Polygon Collider 2D on the inspector, and then we're gonna tick the is trigger button. It is really important because it is a trigger, okay? It is a trigger for the next command that we're gonna create, which is a destroy game object command. So when it happens, when it hits the pipe, the bird's gonna be destroyed and the game will end. But yeah, that's it, I guess. Yeah, so we're gonna go into the fire movement script that we created earlier. Then we're gonna put this code private void on trigger enter to the collider to the collision, and if the collision game object called pipe that we created earlier, okay, so the tag pipe that we created, that we put on the pipes, hit the if the game object has hit the pipe game object tag, that it's gonna destroy the game object. So here we go. That's what you're gonna do. Just wait. It's gonna compile. And you see now when we play the game, okay, I'm gonna play it, and wait, hold on. Okay, it's pretty laggy to be honest, but it is works. It is working. It is really laggy, but it is working. And yeah, when it hit it, the bird's gonna be destroyed. So when they hit the pipe, the bird's gonna be destroyed. So yeah, that's it. I guess that's just a simple prototype. It's not like we created like a new innovation. It's already an old idea with someone that we created. So this is just an education for everyone that that we need to start creating instead of just playing games, or maybe just innovate more. So we can train our innovation, and it can train our brain to do stuff like this, like creating games, and maybe just innovate with yourself. And I think it's great. So I think that's it, guys. That's the game, Flappy Bird. Thank you everyone for watching,